Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video I'm going to take a look at Holy Wrath Paladin, Rise of Shadows style. So Holy Wrath Paladin is a combo deck. Your main combo is that first you need to draw your entire deck. So when your deck is empty, you play Shirvala on the board. At that point you have played so many spells that Shirvala is free. So you play your 0-cost Shirvala on the board. Then you use a Baleful Banker to shuffle a copy of that Shirvala into your deck. And then you use Holy Wrath, target that at the opponent's face, and boom, that's 25 damage. If you have been able to do any chip damage beforehand, 25 damage kills most opponents. Well, sometimes it doesn't. But there are 2 Holy Wraths in the deck, there are 2 Bankers in the deck, so if the first one doesn't kill the opponent, you have the Shirvala in your hand again. With the Holy Wrath and the Banker, you just do the same thing again next turn. Boom, another 25 damage, for a total of 50 damage. And now that certainly should kill most opponents. But it doesn't always kill a warrior. So against a warrior, this version of the deck runs Alexstrasza. So that's another 15 damage, assuming that they've just been armoring up a lot, so any chip damage you have done is just chipping into the armor. And this one touches the health underneath. And between Alexstrasza and 2 Holy Wraths, you have enough to even take on warriors. I played this archetype a lot back in Rastakhan's Rumble, and then it was a little bit different, because back then the Death Knight Uther was still part of the game, so you had the inevitable OTK with the Horseman, and you don't have that anymore. That was lost in the rotation, so that's why nowadays 2 Holy Wraths is a must. Before you sometimes only had 1, and also because there are lots of warriors, you have to have Alexstrasza. Overall, the deck is trying to use as much card draw as possible to get to that win condition. There's Blood Mage Talnos, there's Christologies. In this build, Christology has 5 targets. There's a Bloodsail Corsair, Talnos, Kangor, and a pair of Novice Engineers. And that means that sometimes Christology will fail to draw more cards, especially after the first one. But I haven't quite found an answer to that one. Some lists are using 2 Corsairs, so then there are a bit more targets. Then there would be Acolyte of Pain as a potential target as well. But overall this list is pretty tight. It's difficult to make changes to this list, so far I haven't done any. But the list is using almost everything that Paladin has to draw cards, because Flash of Light also draws cards, Hammerfrat draws cards, Prismatic Lens draws cards. You can even use one of your Holy Wraths in matchups where you don't have to have 2 Holy Wraths to kill the opponent in the end. Then you can use 1 Holy Wrath for board control and also to draw a card. There is really only one easy flex slot in this build, and in this build I've chosen to go with Equality. For this one slot there is probably a deck already with every single option you can think of. There's also a deck with Equality, has seen some play already before. The most popular cards to use in this slot are to use another Bloodsail Corsair or to use a Youthful Brewmaster. And the Youthful Brewmaster can improve your matchups against rogues, for example. Because with the Youthful Brewmaster, you're then able to use your Shirvala more actively earlier in the game. Equality, on the other hand, is pretty good against mages. These decks that build really huge boards very early. And an extra Shirvala doesn't save you from those, but an extra board clear might, so I'm preferring Equality at the moment. But this slot is definitely a flex slot that sees lots of different cards in it. The large majority of games you're going to win with your Holy Wrath combo, so that's really what you need to build towards. If you intend to use just 1 Holy Wrath, if your opponent has very limited amount of healing, for example, and you know that you will be able to pull it off, then you can use 1 Holy Wrath already earlier in the game. But always do keep in mind, okay, how much chip damage do I need to deal? What is my overall plan to win the game? And act accordingly. Against something like a warrior, you're going to need both of your Holy Wraths, and you also want to try to hit face as much as possible earlier in the game, even ignoring small warrior minions and just pushing face damage with something like True Silver Champion. While also drawing through your deck as quickly as possible, because it's a race between the warrior finding more armor cards, warrior finding unseen saboteurs, and you drawing through your entire deck and getting to your combo. Up against something like a rogue, for example, then True Silver Champion is a board control tool. You don't really care about chipping damage into the rogue, you just need to survive. And these different approaches between whether you're just going to try to get to your combo as fast as possible or whether you try to survive, it's reflected in the use of other cards too. Because you can use Flash of Lights just for nothing but the draw in matchups where you just need to get through your deck quickly. Whereas against something like a Rogue again, Flash of Light is an important healing tool. You might even want to combine it with Kangor, even though that's not always necessary. Kangor is also great together with Shirvala at some point. But there you're much more concerned about your health and trying to optimize the healing you have. One of your important defensive tools is Shrink Ray. Shrink Ray can be really useful in a lot of matchups, because even if you don't clear the board, turning minions into 1/1s can be good. But that can also backfire, because if you're playing against something like Conjurer Mage or Cyclone Mage, well, you turn their Giant into a 1/1 and they just play a Conjurer's Calling on it, and then you have full strength Giants back again. On the other hand, playing against something like a Nomi Priest, they're going to fatigue, they get their Nomi board, you turn that Nomi board into 1/1s and then you chill, because their damage potential is very limited at that point. So a lot of different potential uses for Shrink Ray. There are a couple of board clear combos in this deck. You use either Shrink Ray or use Equality, and together with those you can use either Consecration or a Pyromancer. Also, if you have Pyromancer and you have mana to play more spells, you can do Shrink Ray first, play Pyromancer on the board, and then play something like a Flash of Light, so that the Pyromancer will actually survive that with 1 health. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're looking for card draw. You really want to draw cards. Crystology, Prismatic Lens, those are the most important keeps, because those draw multiple cards for you. The other card draw pieces are a little bit more secondary, stuff like Novice Engineers and Hammers of Wrath and Blood Mage Talnos. And if you're in a matchup where you need to defend, then in addition to card draw, you're looking for those defensive tools. Stuff like Bloodsail Corsair against Rogue, True Silver Champion against Rogue, Consecration against token decks, and Wild Pyromancer also against token decks. So it's card draw, and defensive stuff. If you're the beatdown, you're playing against something like a warrior or something like a priest, then you're just keeping only card draw tools. If you need to defend as well, then you also keep appropriate removal pieces. If you enjoyed this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Holy Wrath Paladin in action. So Lens for draw, Pyro. Do I keep Pyro against Hunter? Yeah, Pyro probably can be useful against Hunter. If I can find like a couple of spells, then Pyro might do things. We'll see. Oh, there's one of those infamous Novice Engineers. Well, the only one, now that I got the second. Some kind of mid-range hunter maybe? Secret hunter? Something like that, perhaps. I don't have a play for a tree. Headhunter's Hatchet. Well, I would have 2 Corsairs in the deck, but I didn't manage to pick up Crystology. And now I picked up a Pyromancer. Oh, that's bad. I still think I want to just hero power here. Not go with the Pyromancer play yet. Should he want to go with the Scavenging Hyena, it can only have 3 health, so I can still Hammer of Wrath it down. And I have healing in this deck. I have faith. Ooh, Shrink Ray, that's nice. I don't want to Hammer of Wrath one of these down, I just want to Lens. I want to draw stuff. Well, that's a cheap Lens, and that's an expensive Corsair. 8 cards in hand. Dire Frenzy. And pow 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 it goes. I can't do Pyromancer into Wrath yet. That's tricky. 9 cards in hand. If I draw with the Lens, my hand will be full. Then I would need to play another card. I kind of don't want to spend a Pyromancer yet. What card can I get a card that I can actually play here? Not sure. What if I just slam Holy Wrath? Can I keep him below, or at most at 25 at the end? This is a tricky position. What if I do a preemptive hammer? I might do that. Let's try this. Because then if there is some more stuff on the board, there might be a pyro hammer kind of play at some point. I would need to find healing though. I'd really need to find some healing. Is he getting another 4/4 on the board? Yeah. And now I can do pyro hammer. Well, I have to do pyro hammer. Okay. Here we go. I'm really low though, so kill commands could just kill me. But pyro hammer is the play. I find a timeout. That might be important in the near future. Pyro's always getting killed, unless there's just lethal. Another 4/4. Ooh, and a life drinker. That's rough. I mean, I could take away the weapon, and I could time out to prevent him from dealing any damage right now. I don't have a banker. Yeah, that's rough. I need to survive 2 more turns for Alexstrasza. How do I do that? What if I time out and play True Silver Champion this turn? Then I go for a board clear next turn. I can't do a board clear that also destroys the weapon, right? Nah, no, I cannot. But I get to 9 and then I get to 11. I think I have to do this. And the True Silver. And I will just hit face. It's fine. I'm committed to doing a board clear anyway next turn. But I can't get rid of the Headhunter's Hatchet when I do it like this. So I might still die if he has 9 from hand. We'll see about that now, won't we? Has to be the Pyromancer Shrink Ray. If I had hit there, would I be able to do something else? Maybe. 9 cards in hand. I can start with Shrink Ray. So it's Shrink Ray into Pyromancer into Prismatic Lens to draw stuff, and then hitting face to heal to 11. But if he has 9 from hand, he kills me now. I don't have a way to bounce back to Shirvala. If he doesn't have 9 from hand, I can use Shirvala. Maybe. Or maybe not. We're about to find out. If he just pushes, I can Alex. Does not push. That is wise. Doesn't use a secret either. But if I use Shirvala, I mean I heal up, but how do I win? I can't get my combo done. But I can also clean up this board. No, I can't. There will still be a 1/1 left. There will still be a 1/1 left and I will be at 12. I do die to a pair of kill commands. But I was already dead to a pair of kill commands, right? I just think I must not Alex yet. This could draw Kangor. And Corsair. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to draw Kangor and Corsair. So there. Corsair. Kangor. True Silver Champion. Kill that. Heal for 3. So I get to 14. So double kill command is 1 off. Unless he has something more than just the double kill command. Okay. We're still in the game. Nine cards left in the deck. Alright, alright. If I really need to, I can even heal up with the Shirvala. He bomb toss on that. Okay. So far so good. Flash of light. I mean, I can kill the bomb. I'll still be at 14. I can flash of light myself. What if he picks up another one of those spring paws? Scary stuff. He also has a secret. Probably don't care about the secret too much. Do I want to use my weapon? I think I want to use my weapon. Let's destroy the bomb. And then I want to play my Talnos. And I want to flash of light my face. And I might as well hero power, yeah. Even if there is some kind of a play with... Even if there's some kind of an unleash play. I now got to 18. Now I can also bounce Shervala back into the deck. So I can in theory use Shervala also to heal up a little. These have rush, but they don't have charge. Hi, Kirken. Hi, Tobikai. More dire frenzied spring paws. And now in comes a secret. Christology no longer draws anything. Both consecrations are in the bottom 5 cards. So most of the stuff I have out there, if I use Holy Wrath on the Spring Paw, most of the stuff I have out there kills the Spring Paw here. There's exactly one thing that doesn't, and that's the Baleful Banker. 9 cards in hand. That could be a Rat Trap. I kind of don't want to play 3 cards per turn. Is 25 damage enough to kill the Hunter? It should be. I'll just hold right there. If I get anything but the Banker... I got the Banker. That's a little bit unlucky. Just 20% for that to happen. Okay. And then I need to heal up a little bit again. And I need to roll the hero power. I don't want to play 3 cards into a potential Rat Trap. I'm at 20, so it's unlikely that he would just be able to just go ahead and kill me here. 1 kill command. Two cards left in the deck. And I have no means to draw. So I will need to wait. I will need to survive 2 turns. Surviving 2 turns. What if there's a freezing trap? Freezing trap doesn't really matter. I can simply use the Shervala here. I can use the Shervala here. Kill that one. Heal up a little bit. Shuffle another copy of Shervala into the deck. That used 2 cards. Do I want to hero power? So there's Explosive Trap, Misdirection or Rat Trap. I might as well hero power. I think this is fine. Now I got to 16. And I need to survive another 3 turns. But I have a pair of board clears. And he still needs to do something about the Shervala there. He had a second deadly shot. But I'm fine with the second deadly shot. So I can simply use Consecration here. Another 2 turns. Next card is Shervala or it's a timeout. Well, it's just a Consecration turn, right? It could be a defensive Alexstrasza. That is an alternative. Because if he picks up some more power from the deck... this is Consecration. It's just Consecration. I don't think I even hero power here. 8 cards in hand. I'm fine. Here comes the Zul'jin. But Unleash summons nothing, because I didn't put any minions on the board. So I didn't want to give minions so that he wouldn't get a Dire Frenzy target from an Unleash. So So all he got from that was a kill command and a bomb toss. That's sure impressive, but okay. And now I know that there's a misdirection. I picked up the Shirvala. Unfortunately, I did not pick up the timeout. But this is a defensive Alexstrasza. He's at 23. This should be fine. I know there's a misdirection, of course. I can deal 25 next turn. He either needs to heal up or he needs to kill me. Those are the options. He heals up to 26, but I can deal enough with the consecration, so it's still fine. So then it's Shirvala and the banker and the Holy Wrath and the consecration. Shirvala. It's here. Then it's the banker, puts a copy of Shirvala into the deck. Then we Holy Wrath. And boom, deal 25. And then I still have a consecration left, and boom, that deals 2. Okay. I think I want to hold on to one Pyromancer, because I will need to clean up some boards at some point against the mage. And Pyromancer does that much sooner than consecration. So I'm assuming this is some kind of Cyclone Mage, because everyone loves Cyclone Mage right now. But we'll see. It's a dragon-based Conjurer Mage. Cool. He's not going to have weapons for my Bloodsail Corsairs. I think this is just hero power. Bloodsail Corsair. I'm just hitting him in the face a little bit here. I want to get his health down to 25 at least. Always been attracted combo decks. Yeah, combo decks do have their upsides. That Book of Spectres and not discarding a single card means that giants, they are coming. Very little I can do about that. There will be giants. If I cannot find a equality soon, then I'm just going to be toast. I have a couple of timeouts. I probably need to take 8 to the face and then timeout after the Conjurer's Calling. Not a giant. I am puzzled. Well, dealing damage, I'm never going to kill this 10 without having equality or Shrink Ray. So we're just going to Hammer of Wrath face. And some more face too. Cinderstorm. A fairly surprising move. Not a very powerful move either. But okay. I need to keep drawing. I really want to keep drawing. Well, there's my first board clear combo. He doesn't have any healing in that deck, right? So 24 means that one Holy Wrath is going to kill him. He has Alexstrasza, but I might be able to delay my board clear by Hammer of Wrathing that ooze away. So I should be able to kill him with one Holy Wrath if I can just get through my deck. Next goal, get through the deck. Oh, losing Conjurer's Calling, that's gonna hurt. So I can do Pyromancer Shrink Ray, clean up this board. There won't be any death rattles from the Mountain Giant. His hand will be full, so he will be tempted to play something. I need to find some more card draw pieces. The Prismatic Lenses, the Crystologies, all the best card draw pieces are pretty deep. Holy Wrath. I mean, I can probably kill him with one Holy Wrath. So I can use one Holy Wrath earlier. Probably have to use a timeout here. I don't think I'm ready to commit. I don't think I'm ready to commit. The alternative was simply not to time out yet. That would have been acceptable. Why do you use the Divine Shielder from your Ziliax though? That makes no sense. I cannot be Alexstrasza yet. 12, 15 damage on the board. How greedy can I be? Because the moment I clean up these, there's going to be something like an Astromancer next. So do I just commit a board clear? I would also really love to draw. But I don't really want to time out, but I may have to. I think I need to draw. Talons and Christology, 9 cards in hand. I'll play the timeout. I'm not happy. I'm just not happy at all. He's going to keep throwing meaningless stuff on the board as long as possible. So I have Kangor. I have only one target left for the Christology. Christology only draws one card. That's rough. So I could use Shrink-Ray Christology. Shrink-Ray Pyromancer Christology. Can't fit in a Talnos into that one. That's tough. I could use Shrink-Ray Consecration. That would give me a chance to draw. Because how do I deal with the next board? It has to be the Shrink-Ray. It has to be the Shrink-Ray Pyromancer Christology. This draws a card. That's important. I need to be drawing. Another Shrink-Ray, another Equality in the deck. I mean, I knew all of this stuff was going to happen. I just knew it. All the time. That's my Shirvala. 10 cards left in the deck. I mean, one Holy Wrath is going to be enough to kill him, right? It's Prismatic Lens time. Let's see what I can pick up. Banker and Wrath. 6 mana. What if I just drop one Holy Wrath to the face at the moment? I still need to find an Equality or a Shrink-Ray. There are 2 of those in the deck. This is 9 damage. He has Alexstrasza, of course. But that still doesn't kill me. I need to drop this Holy Wrath to the face. 9 cards in hand. This is what I need to do here. He's going in with the Alex, of course. I know he's always going in with the Alex in a position like this. And now I will have to heal, of course. So I need to clean up the board and I need to heal. But I actually cannot do both of those things. I can do the board into 1 once. And then I can heal. That much I can do. He's not going to have silence in that deck, right? I could heal with the Shirvala. But I probably don't want to. Not yet. Shrink-Ray, Kangor, Flash of Light. Is that going to be enough? Because otherwise it's Shrink-Ray, Kangor, Shirvala. Banker. It's probably this Shrink-Ray, Kangor, Flash of Light line here. Probably trying this for now. I'm at 14. Well, he has a pair of Ysera cards, so I do die to Nightmare plus Awakens. There are some nasty things that can happen here. And there was Awakens. And there was Khadgar calling. So now I would have needed another equality or I'm dead. Yeah, I should have just... But I was dead to the... Yeah, that's actually pretty tricky. Well, now I have to do equality consecration, right? And I can still die to some effect there from hand. I mean, I could use Shervala. Shuffle it back to the deck. That's not great. Will I live at 6? I mean, if he had double awakens, he would have used them. I would be dead. I mean, equality consecration. Pyro equality. That's my last equality too. I don't think I have an out anymore. It seems that I'm in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, I think I don't have enough time. I had to spend both timeouts. I had to spend all my board clears. That Ysera was just such a good random card. Oh, then I died to the Alak here. Well, then that happened. I'll keep this hand. This hand is all draw. I'm not sure. Sometimes you can pressure the warrior. Sometimes you can pressure the paladin. So Pooh might enable you to do that, but it depends on what his deck was built like. Did he have Unseen Saboteur in the deck? What were all the moving pieces? I've already drawn a pair of minions that I can get from Crystology, so let's try to get the remainder quick before my Crystology becomes useless. Mage kept 2 cards, so I'm expecting there to be Mountain Giant and stuff. Would keep like Mountain Giant, Arcane Intellect, so no... Well, there could also be like Sandbinder, of course. Talnos might be useful later on with some card draw. So I think I will go with Novice Engineer first. Even though Talnos is delayed and Novice Engineer is immediate draw. 7 cards in hand. Well, now I would expect the Sandbinder. Or... So it's going to be a... This is going to be a Mana Cyclone turn. Interesting. Guaranteed to be Mana Cyclone. I think I just consecrate this board though. I still have the Pyromancers and stuff. Suppose this will be just consecration. At least I get to clean up the board. But now he has 4 random spells, and there could be counter spells. Counter spells are scary. Here comes the Sandbinder, so more likely to draw the Giant now. And I currently cannot deal with a Giant. 9 cards in hand next turn, no coin. 6 mana. Can't do Giant Conjurer's Calling yet. I'm going to have to kill that Sandbinder now. And try to find tools to beat the Giant. We'll see. I mean, I have a pair of Shrink Rays in the deck. If he plays Giant and doesn't clean up the board, then Shrink Ray is enough. Because then I can just trade. Well, that is not a Shrink Ray. 9 cards in hand. So I'm going to have to play the Prismatic Lens, right? I'll have to take the 8. And next turn, maybe I can have some kind of clear. Let's do the Prismatic Lens here. No use to damage a Giant against a Conjurer Mage or Cyclone Mage. The Prismatic Lens is fine. That Crystology would have only drawn 1 card anyway. Now it's not going to draw any cards. Now I could kill the Giant. Then I will have only 1 Holy Wrath. I'm going to do it. Let's put that one back in, and we're killing the giant. Yeah, totally killing the giant here. Not just Conjurer's Call that right away. He can have another giant, of course. Now he can play giant into Conjurer's Calling, if he is so inclined. Random fireball. Well, I'm happy it didn't go to my face. So I guess I'm cool. 9 cards in hand. And I want to be drawing. Probably need to just throw the Flash of Light somewhere here. Then I'll have Choose a Champion, I have Hammer. But he can do Conjurer's Calling next turn. But I need to draw. I really need to draw. I really need to draw. Well, that's a Shrink Ray. And that's another Shrink Ray. Feeling much better already. 11 cards left in my deck. 8 cards in hand.
Give me a quest.
Questing Adventurer. How quaint. I don't think Questing Adventurer is good. It doesn't have the results in that build. I still need to think about how do I deal with this. Well, I could hammer here, hit there, and choose silver and trade into that one. I think that's pretty sweet. Saves my Shrink Rays because there's going to be some big swings coming. Just hammer here. It's hammer time. Hit there. Equip the Choose Silver Champion and kill the 5/5 Questing Adventurer. Still conserving both Shrink Rays in my hand. 9 cards left. There's still a Novice Engineer and a Prismatic Lens. And I have 1 extra Holy Wrath that I can also throw away into something. It's an expensive Sea Giant. Well, it can go to my face and then it can be... Yeah, it hits me in the face, then he Conjurer's Calls it. I could put him down to 9. But I also don't want to overextend and kill this unnecessarily. Taking 1 hit from this is probably acceptable. Let's bring some life and hope. We can just hit him in the face a little bit here. I mean, if he hits me in the face with this, then he still has to do something about the Alex. Obviously there's stuff like Rays of Frost, and there's still 2 random spells as well. There can be a bunch of things he can do. Frost Nova isn't terrible. Frost Nova is actually pretty decent here. So he's at 12. 7 cards left in the deck. Even if I use a Shrink Ray, he can still kill off the giant. If I use my Pyro Equality, I don't really like that one either. I think what I really like is to time out. Just time out this turn. And equip a True Silver Champion and use that to kill the Ciliax. So the Ciliax cannot heal because I'm immune. I think this is what I like to do here. So now he cannot hit me in the face. But there's of course some other things that he can potentially still do with the giant. But this conserves my board clears for a while longer. If he trades away the Alex, then he doesn't get to use the giant for anything. And if he goes for Khadgar into 10 drop... Oh, Khadgar into 2 drops. Curious. Okay. What did that achieve exactly? guess it achieved something. Ooh, prismatic lens. Excellent news. So I can do equality, pyromancer, prismatic lens. That seems like a nice thing to do. Equality, pyromancer, prismatic lens. I also get to figure out if I can use my Holy Wrath or not. Just to hit him in the face. And then we bump into his face a little bit, put him down to 8. Alright. We're also... well, I can't deal 8 with 2 cards. I have 50% for lethal with the Holy Wraths here, but... I mean, depending on the draws... This is 100% lethal. No, it's not. It's not. Because if Shirvala is the first card that comes out, then it's not lethal. But that doesn't really matter. It was the Shirvala. Because if Shirvala wasn't the first card to come out, I could have just used Holy Wrath on his face twice here. But well, this is just chilling then. I draw a card, I Holy Wrath, yeah, I just chill. Next turn is going to be Holy Wrath, Shirvala, Baleful Banker, Holy Wrath. He doesn't have any random spells at the moment, so there's currently no counter spell.
I'm almost out of cards.
So here, then we do the play, right? It costs 9 mana. It does. So I Holy Wrath him in the face.
I'm out of cards.
Then I'll play the Shirvala. Then I'll shuffle the Shirvala. Then I Holy Wrath again.
I'm out of cards.
Boom. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.